Okay guys and girls, I'm going to share with you one of my favorite protein ball recipes. Yeah, it's high antioxidant, it's low in sugar, it's high in protein, yeah. And I've been tweaking this recipe over time, testing it out to get the best combination of ingredients, and I hope you enjoy it. Now there's, I have to say I've got my trusty list here. It's quite a long list, and the best thing for you to do is watch me make it. I'll walk you right through it. And also go and check out the blog post that goes with this, the related one, because it'll have everything listed there for you. So you can go over there and check that out, and this video will be over there as well, right? So, what do we need first? I'm going to go run through the ingredients with you. So we're going to need some, obviously we're going to need some protein powder, right? So I'm using the FNX Refuel one, which has got about 22 grams of protein. It's the chocolate malt one. And it's got a lot of, it's also got L-glutamine in it, which if you have, I chatted about what L-glutamine is really good for. Apart from energy, it's also really good for your gut health, yeah. It's also got a lot of amino acids in it, which is excellent for muscle building, yeah. So we're going to be using 2 scoops of that. And I will be referring to my list because, as I said, it was a long list. And you'll notice that there's quite a few of the similar ingredients in here that I used in my protein shake. So we're going to be using some Maca powder. So Maca powder is a Peruvian ginseng. It's excellent for immunity. It's excellent for antioxidants, energy, all sorts of things, yeah. And you'll find that on the blog post, I'll explain what all of these things are really good for. We're also going to be using, actually before we go into that one, also going to be using a Supergreen. So I'm using wheatgrass and barley, but you can just get any other Supergreen mix. Don't put pure spirulina in it, because I have to be honest with you, it'll just wreck the whole thing. You want a mix of super greens. So what are super greens? They're high antioxidant. It's things like there'll be kale in it, it could have spinach in it, could have broccoli in it. It will have a little bit of spirulina, but the whole thing won't be spirulina, yeah. So it could have wheatgrass, alfalfa root, all that kind of stuff in it. It's really, really nutrient condensed in terms of high antioxidants, great for immunity. So I will be going through the portions as we put this together, but we only need half a teaspoon, yeah, of that. We're also going to be using some raw superfood mix. Yeah, it's a paleo protein. Now this one you can actually get from Coles if you're in Australia. It's a mix of all types of seeds, and if we have a look at it, it's got flaxseed in it. It's got sunflower seeds. It's got some diced almonds. It's got some pumpkin seeds in it, chia seeds, sesame seeds, yeah? It's brilliant. We're also going to be using some hazelnut mix. Now I've taken this out of things. So the hazelnut mix you can get straight from the cooking aisle, yeah, when you make your cakes. We need some desiccated coconut to roll our protein balls in at the end. I'm going to add in some macadamias, yeah, today. We also need some vanilla essence. So I've got organic vanilla essence, yeah, which is gives us some beautiful flavour. We need some ground cinnamon, powdered ground cinnamon, and obviously we need some chocolate. If you're like me, love your chocolate. Now I found some sugar-free chocolate baking chips, yeah. So if you can't find those, just dark chocolate. They've got to be dark chocolate. Much better for you. And in terms of what we're going to, the wet ingredients, what we're going to mix it with is we're going to do a couple of tablespoons of orange juice or an immunity juice. Try and get a really high quality one. This one's got a mix, so this has got a bit of pear, bit of coconut, bit of mango, bit of passion fruit in it, lemon myrtle, should be nice. And we're also going to mix it in with some macadamia oil. So we'll pull that down as well. And let's get started mixing it up. So what do we need in terms, we need a small mixing bowl. So this mixture is going to make about between 9 and 12 protein balls. And you're going to need a little food processor. So I found a mini one, right? Which is perfect size for this. And you just basically put it on top and it'll whiz it up. And then we'll add the wet ingredients in. And I just need some measuring spoons when we get started. All right, I've got my trusty measuring spoons. The other thing we're going to use is a scoop, right? So this is a scoop from a protein powder. So we're going to use one of those as well. You don't need to be super perfect with your measuring, but close enough. Okay, so Got our bowl. We're going to put all of our dry ingredients into our bowl, and then we'll put them into the blender because we want to mix them a bit. So the first thing we're going to do, I am going to refer to my list, is we just run through this list. So we're going to do 2 scoops of the protein powder. I've got to say, this has got quite a large scoop in here. You might actually only need 1.5, but we'll put 2 in today. It's very chocolatey. So next up, we want a level tablespoon of Maca powder, which is, if you've never tasted Maca powder, it's very nutty. It's almost malty as well, yeah. So we're just going to put a level tablespoon in. I need that tablespoon for later. We got half a teaspoon of the Supergreens, which for me is the barley mix, and we want 1 scoop of the hazelnut powder. So we're going to use our protein scoop, yeah. We've got, now this is what I'm like, right? This is how I measure things. There's a small handful of macadamia nuts. Yummy. All right, I think that's a small handful, yeah. Okay, 1 scoop of dark chocolate bits. So let's open this baby up. And obviously all the ingredients I'm showing you here, you can make quite a few batches of your protein balls. Okay, so we've got 1 scoop of chocolate bits. We need half a teaspoon of cinnamon, ground cinnamon. Drop that in. The cinnamon can be quite overwhelming if you put too much in. And that's all of our dry ingredients. Let me check my list. So we just want to mix those around. And if I bring it closer, you can see what we've got in there. Just so that they're a little bit combined, and then we'll gently spoon it into our blender, our food mixer kind of thing. Some of you might have a really whiz-bang food mixer, which is awesome. And we're going to blend that up so that it's all combined. Now, I've forgotten something which is not in here. Have I put it in here? No. I missed something. This is why we check our list. We need a scoop of Paleo mix. How can I tell? Because there wasn't enough seeds in here. And if you have a look at this, it's got that gorgeous nutty, lots of seeds and stuff in there. So let's drop those in. Oh, now it looks right. And I'm just going to gently put this into our mixer. You could spoon it in if you like, if you're not so delicate like I am. All right, we've got that in. So whilst we've got that in, we're going to blend that. And now this one just sits on top and basically pulses it, if I've got it in the right position. There we go. We're going to do that a little bit more. So in a smaller bowl, we're going to put in the wet ingredients, and then we're going to pour that into and combine it into the little blender that we've got here, the food mixer, and it'll all come together. So we need a tablespoon of the macadamia oil. Now you notice I didn't put any dried fruit in this, and the reason for that is the dried fruit's got so much sugar in it. Now if you wanted to have a bit of a twist on this, you could add in some cranberries, which is quite nice. Yeah, the cranberries are not too bad, and they're not super sweet as well. Okay, so we also need, we just shake this a little bit. Where is it? Okay, we need 2 tablespoons of the juice. It says 2 to 3. We'll try 2 first, because otherwise it might be too moist, yeah, the mixture. And we need 1 teaspoon of the organic vanilla essence. Just mix that up a little bit. If I show it to you, oh, you can see it. Yeah, it's kind of orangey and a bit oily. And we're just going to pour this into the top of here. And what will happen with my little mixer blender thing, right, is because it's so small, right, it'll blend for a little bit, and then we'll have to blend it in here because it'll get quite thick. So it's going to kind of come out that sort of consistency. So we're going to just pop it back into the bowl. So I've just noticed that my mixture is a little bit dry. So I am going to need to put in the extra tablespoon of orange juice. And I'll just mix that around in the little bowl. Okay, I'm going to suggest to you, because that was a little bit dry, we only need a scoop and a half of the protein powder, right? Because it's a big scoop. That's what it would have been, because everything else is the right consistency, right? So you want to get it to it looking like that. You don't want it too moist, and you don't want it too dry. So we're now going to roll it into protein balls. So we just need a little plate to put our coconut on. And another little plate to put our protein balls on. And obviously afterwards we'll put them in a container. So all we're going to do is a generous amount. Obviously you want to have clean hands when you're doing this. And we're just going to squidge it together, roll it, and then roll it in the coconut. So you want them looking like that. So I'll go and roll these. I'll show you when they're done. Yeah, I'll come back to you in a minute. And here we go, all finished. So that combination made 9 protein balls, and if you have a look at them, they're about an inch in size. Yeah, so a really good serving quantity. So obviously we don't cook these; they go straight into the fridge. I'll put mine into a resealable plastic container, yeah, with probably a bit of probably a little serviette on the bottom just to absorb any moisture. Or you might have some greaseproof paper you want to do that with. Leave them in there for 3 hours, then they'll be perfect, they'll be ready. In terms of serving sizes, I would suggest to only, if you want to lose weight, is just have one of these a day. I tend to have it with a nice soy latte made with my Nespresso machine. You can have them any time of the day that you feel a little bit hungry, a little bit perky. They're great for the whole family. Your guys are going to love them. I know my partner Frank loves them. Your kids are going to love them, right? And you'll find that they're really beautiful. They have this rich chocolatey taste, but they're not too sweet. Yeah, so enjoy, my loves. Go and check out the blog post that goes with it so you can write down all the ingredients and get that and have an awesome day.